I had the privilege last night and early this morning to watch a DVD that's entitled 9 Days That Changed the World. It chronicles Pope John Paul II's visit to Poland in 1979. I encourage every Catholic, if you want to know what the Catholic Church is about, to watch 9 Days That Changed the World. A 9-day visit by Pope John Paul II that helped bring down communism and free millions of people. It is a very touching and very moving documentary about his visit to Poland. One of the most touching scenes in there reminded me of some of the ways in which people try to slander the Catholic Church through their biasness, through their hatred, or whatever reason they want to slander the Catholic Church. One of the most touching scenes in that 9 Days to Change the World was when Pope John Paul II visited Jerusalem and was welcomed with open arms. And an elderly lady walks up to him sobbing, crying, uncontrollable crying, as he tells Pope John Paul II, I was a baby during that war. You walked by me, saw me in need of help, picked me up, and carried me to safety where I would not have to endure the concentration camps. Very, very touching scene. There are a lot of touching scenes in there as well. He goes back to one place that he lived for many years and was greeted by a crowd of over 1.5 million people. Everywhere he went, the crowds were over 1 million people. The communists in Russia tried to stop him from coming, tried to do everything they could to break up his visit. His last day there in Poland, he was greeted by a crowd of 2.5 million people. He assured them that they were of worth to God, as every man and every woman will always be, because we're made in God's image. God gives us freedom. He gave a touching homily there. And as they scanned over the crowd, all you see was people crying. He lifted up the cross with a gesture to say, this will change the world. Communist Russia had torn down all the crosses. He revisited it some 10 years later, again to a crowd of millions, where they unveiled a cross that looked like it stood 40 feet tall or better, to show he had made the difference. Poland was free. Communism had crumbled. It was along the same time that President Ronald Reagan delivered his message. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. He had another touching scene in President Reagan's speech that a lot of people don't even know about. Toward the end of Ronald Reagan's speech, he started talking about a cathedral there. And when the sun shone on top of it, it made the sign of the cross. Something Pope John Paul II lifted up to show people that your faith is stronger than communism. I encourage every Catholic and Protestant as well, to see the DVD, 9 Days That Changed the World. For you Catholics, I don't think you can leave it without a deeper love and abiding respect for Pope John Paul II and the Catholic Church. Until next time, this has been Golly saying, God bless.